Welcome, the Gamer Man's Lounge. Awaken to play.
Hopefully things are going well for you guys. As for me, let's go ahead and, of course, I know you're reading the video title here. I know you read the video title, but I know. But let's go back to the 90s where we were like browsing the web and playing on the computer back in the 90s. Get that nostalgic feeling for 2 seconds, okay? Okay, now someone decided to come up with a what if scenario that what if there's like a machine in place where you just have a little headband and you just strap it on and then fall asleep, and then however it's like you're kind of like playing in VR except you're asleep. And of course, basically the VR activities involve you basically, browsing a 90s themed computer, well actually a 90s built computer with a 90s built OS, and then surfing a 90s built internet. Hope I worded things properly. But anyway, this is kind of essentially the lore behind today's modern game, being Hypnospace Outlaw. Okay, so yes, we're talking about Hypnospace Outlaw, where you get to be a 90s kid, except a fictional 90s kid, because you're in a fictional 90s. Basically, Hypnospace Outlaw, when it comes to Hypnospace Outlaw, it's kind of really tough to basically describe this game. A lot of people call it a puzzle game, I seem to notice that. But really, from what I've pretty much on my perspective, I call it a simulator adventure game. And, yeah, you're playing as, like, an enforcer, and you're basically an admin. But, however, let's just dig right deep into Hypnospace Outlaw. Hypnospace Outlaw is essentially a simulator and adventure game. Since you are going to a fictional virtual desktop, you're opening up your fictional OS, and, of course, you're browsing the fictional internet world. The game has you playing as an enforcer, though, in the world of Hypnospace, and your goal is to basically make sure everyone follows the rules and remove content that violates the Hypnospace's internet rules. You must make sure these type of violations are gone, such as copyright infringement, harassment, inappropriate content, malicious software, and of course, unauthorized currency alternatives, or what the game says, unauthorized extra commerce activity. Now, alright, with that totally said, Mr. Enforcer, you are given cases to solve, and there you go, your main campaign. And however, the writing for the main campaign becomes very intriguing. However, due to the creatively brilliant writing prevailing most of the time, not only does the main missions shine, but the side stories has you distracted and screwing around. Probably most of the time. The stuff you do on the side, and of course the side lore, are also worth checking out as well, and anything you do when it comes to computers IRL is something that you're going to wind up doing in Hypnospace Outlaw. The game also hits you with a sense of nostalgia. This is due to the game taking place in 1999, and everything in Hypnospace Outlaw reminds you of Windows and the internet in the 90s as a consequence of that. However, not only that, the game does a damn good job at it. Also, there is a ton of extra things you can do. There are also mini-games alongside other activities to do along the side. One example is the ability to have a virtual pet. Seems like a reference to Neopets. However, the game's music, consisting of entirely original tracks, are great in fitting with the game's theme. Not only that, there is a high chance that there will be songs stuck in your head, especially tracks from either Seepage and Chowderman, which are fictional bands in the game, or you could just jam out to quote-unquote chill punk music. Hypnospace Outlaw is a truly trippy experience that is definitely worth it. You got stellar and well-done world building, you have tons of things to do, also great and fitting design choices, and to top it off, great, addicting, and unique gameplay. The game is something you might want to play before you die, and you are going to love this great download title, and I have to admire the amount of effort and detail that was put into this game, and I am so glad that I got to take a look at that game. If you really want my honest opinion here, if we had something like Hypnospace, back in like the 90s in real life, I know there's going to be some issues from left and right, but however, as technology evolves and as basically everybody starts to get the hang of it, I would like to basically kind of like be entered. I would like, rather than having to deal with my dreams winding up being ironic, abstract, and always ending in complete bad endings, which is kind of like a fucking, which is like my dreams in a fucking nutshell. However, I want something more pleasant. Fuck! Man. Can somebody make like I need somebody to make a VR game that involves ASMR and it has a waifu in it. That would be great. And really, if something like that were to happen, plus the universe, the world of Hypnospace Outlaw being real, meaning that we get to basically get a hold of those little Hypnospace machines, you combine that together, and I would like my dreams result that way, rather than having them become this abstract shenanigans that always carry bad endings. Anyway, sorry that you had to hear me go through this little mini rant about my dreams in a nutshell, but hey, that's gonna be it for you guys, and I'll be looking forward to you in the next video. Peace out.
This is nothing but a video product made by a fellow gamer man. Ayo!